The next question. I am Aisha Siddiqa. I am a student from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I know that only you can give the correct answer to my question. My question is that you can give dawah in a mixed gathering and you are being seen on television also. People are liking you, but that's not the case with your wife. Is that not injustice to her? Sorry if I've hurt you. I am just giving an example to justify my question. Hope to get the right answer from you. The question posed by the sister from Bangladesh, and she says that, you are a Daiyah, you give lectures and you come on television, but that's not the case with your wife. Your wife doesn't come on television, she is a Daiyah, but isn't it injustice to her? If you have heard my talk on women's rights in Islam, I said that very clearly, that men and women in Islam are equal. But equality does not mean identicality. They're equal, but they are not identical. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made man and woman different. He has made them different biologically, He's made them different psychologically, He's made them different physically, and depending upon their makeup, their roles are different. Some roles are common, both do the same. Some roles are exclusively for women, some are only for men. So you cannot say that why don't they have the same role. So overall, they are equal, but some aspects they are identical. Some things are only meant for female, some things are only meant for male. As far as dawah is concerned, on an individual level, on one-to-one, the Islamic Sharia says preferably a man does dawah to a man, a male to a male, and a woman to a woman, a female to a female. On a public level, but natural, a man can give a public lecture, and there can be a mixed audience. I come on television and male and female both are watching. The question poses that why can't a female give a lecture in the mixed audience? Now what we understand that there is hijab for the male and hijab for the female. Both have to maintain the hijab. But as far as a male is concerned, compared to a female, both are different. Allah has made them different. And today's scientific research says that when a person looks at the opposite sex, his pupil dilates. But when a man looks at female, the pupil dilates more as compared to a female looking at a man. So where attraction is concerned, a man is more attracted to a female as compared to a female being attracted to a male. And this is common. When you read the Quran when it talks about robbing, Allah says in the Quran in Surah Ma'idah chapter 5 verse number 38, as to the thief, be it a man or a woman, be it a male or a female, chop off his or her hand as a punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here the gender used first for robbing is man first, then female. Both can rob, but who robs more? A man robs more. Therefore Allah says that as for the thief, be it a man or a woman, chop off his or her hand. Both can rob, but we know that men rob more than women. This is the human nature. Where it comes for adultery, Allah says, as for the adulteress, a woman or a man, a zaniya and then a zani. First mention is woman, then man. Because in zina, the woman attracts more a man as compared to a man attracting a woman. That's the reason, while teaching, if it is preferable, today science tells us, that the same gender teaches better. A single-sex school is much better results than a co-ed school. And if a man teaches the boys is much better and a female teaches a girl is much better. But if you have to change the sex, if a man teaches girls, it is lesser problem as compared to a female teacher teaching boys. As I said, that when a man looks at a woman, he is more excited as compared to a woman looking at a man. So that's the reason, based on this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as far as dawah is concerned, it is very clear cut from the Sharia, from the Quran and Sahih Hadith. On the individual level, a man does to a man, a male to a male, a woman to a woman, a female to a female. But while giving public lectures, when a man is giving lecture, in a mixed gathering, there are even gents watching, even women watching, but naturally gent watching is no problem, but a woman watching a gent while giving a lecture or hearing the lecture, there are less chances that she'll be excited as compared to a man watching a woman. So based on that, even when a woman, when she's hearing a talk of any man, of any sheikh, and any unashamed thought comes in her mind, she should lower the gaze. But the chances of unashamed thought coming is less as compared to a male. So that's the reason, according to the scholars who are strict and close to Quran and Sunnah, it is permitted for a man to give lecture in front of a mixed gathering or whether it be in a television, but it's not permitted for a woman to give a lecture in a mixed gathering where there are males. Even if she's wearing the hijab and if her face is seen and she's talking and she's giving a lecture, but naturally the attraction is there. So there are, however, some scholars, mainly the Western world, who say no problem in a woman giving a gathering, in a mixed gathering, as long as she's wearing a hijab, even if the face is uncovered, no problem. But I don't agree with them. All the classical scholars, majority of them, they disagree. And even today, those scholars who are close to Quran and Sunnah, they disagree that a woman cannot give a talk in a mixed gathering because it will break the hijab. So that's the reason Islamically a woman cannot come on a television, even though if her hair is covered and if she's seen. Yes, if she comes in niqab, it may be accepted, because the voice doesn't come in the aura. But generally, if you say, can she come in television showing her face, wearing a hijab, I disagree with. I agree with those scholars who say it's not permitted. However, some Western scholars who do say it's allowed, I don't agree with them because it breaks the hijab. I cannot object and say, okay, the status of a woman in Islam, because she bears the child for 6 months, is phenomenal. The Prophet said, paradise lies beneath the feet of the mother. I cannot object and say that why can't I give birth to a child? I cannot, I'm a man. That's what they're made differently. So in some aspects, the men have a degree of advantage. In some aspects, the women have a degree of advantage. In some aspects, all are equal. So you cannot just say because a woman cannot give a lecture in a mixed gathering, it's injustice. I cannot go and object and say that I cannot give birth to a child, therefore it's injustice on me. No. I have got my own duties and my physical, my psychological makeup and my biological makeup. Allah has given me my rights. Same for the woman. For more details, you can refer to my talk on women's rights in Islam. It will give in more details. Hope this answers the question.